And welcome back to another episode of Skill Issue. Again, never thought we'd be here, but we got here. How we doing,
Yeah,
Tate?
good. Yeah, surviving. Had a long trip back to New Zealand and then got really sick, so battling away. EC mostly painted though, so I'm gonna have to find something else to talk about at the beginning of episodes.
Nice.
Yeah, but otherwise going good. How,
Excellent.
how about you? How's your week been? I've been not really tapped into all the various group chats that we're in, so I've missed out on my
Yeah.
constant stream of Chris's life updates.
Yeah, no, I've been pretty chill. Like I played 3 games total with Orcs before list sub on Sunday, and I lost all 3 games. So I was like, cool, yeah, submitting that list. So that's
Perfect.
what I
Yeah.
did. So that was the complete dream. To be fair, it was into bad matchups after bad matchups, and I was able to keep all of them close. So that's why I was like, if I went into like my team's Talons list, I went into Dylan's Drukari list, which are both teched to beat melee pressure lists, which is what I submitted. So I was like, and I kept both of them to close games. I think Dylan's one was like I think it was a 13-7, and then the Talons was like a 12-8. Also, in the Talons game, there was 9 points on Gaz killing a 4 wounded Caladius, and he rolled all twos to wound, and it was
Wow.
just Gaz by himself. I was like, fair, cool.
Sure. Yeah. Thanks, King. What I thought you were gonna say when you said that you lost all 3 games, but to be fair, they were all versus bad players. I was like,
No,
I don't think that makes it better.
no, they're all against good players. Like that's the thing. But it is what it is. But like, it made me kind of understand like what I need to do with the list. Like, kind of getting beaten a couple of times, kind of makes sure like solidifies. Okay, these are the play patterns I need to have. These could be lost conditions. Like, I didn't hate losing those games. Like, if anything, it's better to lose a game closely than win a game by a lot, because I think feel like you learn a lot more in those games.
You definitely learn more from the loss. I feel like that's one of the. Is that like an Art of War slogan or something? You learn a lot more from your losses. I feel
Uh,
like that's a slogan
I think that's
somewhere.
not Art of War 40k, but I think that's generally like the Art of War, like the book is based off it.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. No, for sure. And you'd much rather lose all 3 games now and then win at the event than the other way around, right?
yeah,
So
exactly. But man, does the Gaz and 20 boys unit on the war turn just slap. That thing is mental, man. Like, I'm not looking forward to rolling that many dice on the weekend.
yeah, do you always? I suppose if you're looking to connect with multiple things, you do actually have to roll all of it.
Yeah, but that's kind of the thing is like, because it kills like 30 odd Marines if everything just attacked, right? So like, your goal is to hit like 5 different units and rinse most of them. Like, that's kind of like the goal, depending on what army you're into. Like, if you're into elves, you're just trying to connect with as many things because you just delete everything you're in combat with. Um,
Yeah.
so yeah, but like, it's definitely it's cool. It's a fun list, and I'm gonna have a bunch of fun. Like, I always love when I play orcs. And so I'm gonna have a great time. And I've taken a little bit more to like the big into like knights and like tougher stuff because I have like three units of breaker boys and stuff like that. And I think that was a good call. There's a lot of knights at the event this weekend, so looking forward to that. I think that was a pretty good call on my behalf.
Yeah.
And also like being 3 damage, so the World Eaters game isn't just ass for me, which is cool. So
That is one thing I do not miss after moving to Australia is like opening up all the lists and seeing not like 6 nights is like, oh baby. It feels good. Yeah.
yeah, I got Vincent Dion in the chat. I'm not looking forward to roll that many dice. Why are you playing orcs again? Like, because I enjoy my green boys.
Yeah. Come on. Let the man live.
Yeah, I love my green boys. I just don't love rolling like 100 dice. Like, at least there's
Some
no
people do.
rerolls. That's the main thing. Is it's just like picking out the lethal sustains. Like, it's not too bad.
Yeah. Some people do love it though. I think Charlie's a roll heaps of dice enjoyer.
Mm.
Um,
Like, when tetras were a thing and you had like to sustain 2 full hit rerolls Tau unit, I generally had like 4 buckets of dice. So I could be like, this is if it's 2 people, this is if it's 2 crises, this is if it's 3 crises, and this is if it's the whole unit. Because like, the amount of dice you rolled, because you re-rolled everything and then double sustain, so you had to have like a pool of dice on the side to make sure that you had enough to put back in. That unit was,
there's tips.
yeah,
Yeah.
it was tough. It was fun. Like, I enjoyed it, but like, I literally like would make sure that there was actually the army that made me start to play a lot faster, because like you had to, like, your decision time was so narrow because it took you 20 minutes to roll that one unit shooting. So you had to,
Is
like,
this the big crisis
hands.
brick here? Like the Kaoyun crisis brick?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Back
Fuck
when you
that.
had Tetris with full hit rerolls. Now they're fine. But like, back when you had the 6-man with the full hit rerolls, critting, it was fun. Yeah.
Yeah, for
Yeah, that
sure.
was good. We got Michael. I will be putting you on a clock around Chris. So, yeah, I have a chess clock. Like, it's understandable.
Yeah.
I get it.
Good disclaimer. Good disclaimer. Yeah.
And then he said we can have a race to who takes longer to roll 20 boys and Gaz, or 10 Hearthguard with Carl rerolls and sustains. Yeah. Yeah, you also are in for the exact same thing, Michael. It's just buckets of dice. Good.
Yeah.
But now,
Well, the 20 berserkers has got to be the other thing competing for that, right? 20
yeah.
berserkers and the juggerlord. That's
Yeah,
the
with
other.
sustains, you have to like pick out. I feel like the worst thing is when you add rerolls to it is when it's the worst. But yeah, it's what 80 something. It would be like over 100 attacks, right, for the berserker unit. So just not worth
I
it.
think so. Yeah.
The things you do to play this game. But yeah, no, I'm really looking forward to the weekend though. Those are I've already gotten those 3 games in though, so it's like, ugh. But like, I know how to play orcs. It's not like I also know how to play the 20-mans. So like, nothing in the list is kind of new to me. It's just making sure that I kind of have the sequencing down. But I'm pretty confident with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, should be fine. Like, but no, I'm really looking forward to it. It's going to be fun. I fly out after work tomorrow, so I'm going to be for Lakes. I was able to take the Friday off, but I couldn't this time, so I got like an evening flight, so I don't get to Auckland until like 9.
That's
So,
correct.
yeah, it's all right. Like, I don't have to paint anything. I don't have to have set up because I'm arriving too late. So it's literally just go to the Airbnb, hang out with friends, and then sleep. So it'll be fine.
Yeah. Yeah. I flew in the night before NZTC, I think, and that was brutal. Like flying in and immediately sitting down to paint Zangor Enlightened was not a good time.
Oh yeah. For Warp
And
Wars, Patricia was like, "Oh, I'll print you all 36, tank busters and breaker boys." And then I didn't realize when I got there at like 5 p.m. on the Friday that none of them were painted. I was like, "Oh, good." So I was up until like, yeah, you painted some. Yeah, you painted some. Ryan painted some.
I painted
Yeah,
one.
good.
I contributed a lot.
Yeah, but
So
yeah,
I'm just
painting
gonna
those to
go,
like 2 a.m. was rough. So yeah,
I'm just gonna go finish a coffee because I'm basically comatose. I can hear it boiling.
excellent. The quality of this podcast knows no bounds. But yeah, no, it's gonna be fun. I'm looking forward. We've got pairings out for, we got pods out for day 1, which is cool. So we know the teams we're playing, so we can kind of scheme and kind of think about how we're going to pair for them. So really excited for that as well. So pods, I think, are the best thing. Like, super exciting in teams. I really enjoy when tournaments have the pods. So, and what we mean by pods is you get your first 3 matchups. Like, so yeah, the 12 teams are split into 3 pods. In each pod, you have a seed 1, a seed 2, a seed 3, and a seed 4. And then seed 1 plays seed 4, and then seed 1 plays seed 3, seed 1 plays your seed 2. And then the others kind of mishmash in between there. But it means you know which you're going to play which round, which is really good. And so you can kind of, plan, okay, you can set your matrix up at least for day 1, so there's not like a big scramble day 1, which is really nice. And also, yeah, you can kind of scheme, you can plot, like, oh, this person would really want to play this matchup. So cool, like, how do we figure this matchup out? So it's kind of a bit of the fun. So that's going to be me after work tomorrow on the plane. It's just going to be sorting out our matrix, figuring out pairings for our matrix. I've done a little bit, but not a whole heap. So it's just kind of actually figuring out who's first defending and kind of go from there. So looking forward to doing that on the plane ride.
Yeah, no, that's cool. That is always a bit of fun, actually. Do you have someone like a bit of a pairings team? Like, is there someone that you're collaborating on pairings within your team, or is it just the Chris show?
It's the Chris show with Josh as my like person to bounce off.
Right.
Yeah. So it's like, how I kind of pair is I need someone to be like, hey, does this methodology make sense to you? Yep, sweet, cool, boom, I can slam it down. So just so I have that kind of like rebound.
No, I really enjoyed that for the team tournament we did when I was pairing recently. Like particularly versus some of the better teams, it's good to have a vibe check.
Yeah, that's literally what it is. It's just a vibe check. Like, cool, sweet, this works, boom. I think when you're doing 8s, you probably need like 2 full-on pairings people, but for 5s, I find like 1 person and a structure is way better, and then just having that that vibe check, be like, hey, does this make sense? Like,
Yeah.
Because like, yeah, 5s is kind of plottable when it comes to pairings for the most part, so it's like not too bad. Like, you can kind of get like 2 like desired outcomes, so as long as you can like orchestrate for those, it's kind of fine.
Yeah.
Michael Taylor saying the appearance is going to be the wheel. So if you do not have the wheel on the weekend, Michael, I will be very upset.
They've got the wheel and they've got the taniwha. They've got just everything.
The absolute dream, the dream machine. But yeah, with that, shall we go into and look through some of the teams and the team comps?
Yeah, or pods. What is there? Do we look at?
Okay, well, you talk for a second and I'll figure out how to get pods on the screen. Let's do this.
What am I talking about? What's a good thing to talk about other than pods? Would have been what I went.
You got an event this weekend as well, right?
Oh yeah, I can spin a brief yarn about that. So I am going to the Risky Rollers Open in Melbourne this weekend, which is a singles event. It is a 3-day like big. I don't think it's a major, but it's like a big GT with a top cut. So that'll be really exciting. Haven't played singles or a singles tournament in absolutely ages, so pretty keen to go to that, give the EC a spin. So quite a few good players there, which, I'm keen to sort of start playing some of the better players in Melbourne. So I'm basically half asleep, guys. I'm mumbling, drawing stuff up from the depths of my brain.
So are you playing the same EC list that you took to the teams event?
No, I've backtracked on my 9 flawless blades quite a bit. We've given up on the meme of the 9 flawless blades, and we've gone to 6 flawless blades.
It's a dream. I think didn't John Lennon say they're actually bad? Like, he's like actively like took them all out of his list.
I still don't know. Like, they're not something I've ever been like impressed with, but they kind of like, once you accept that they are a little bit shit and that they're there to just like it's not a glowing endorsement, is it? But like, they will definitely get you your early trade for like, you need your pledge 1 for Quiddery, and you're normally taking what is points wise a bad trade anyhow in order to get that going. You're just trying to make it also like a good tempo trade. And 3 flawless blades will do that. Are they a bit overcosted for that role? Sure, but they're a bit better at it than, like, you don't want to lose your Infractor Lord unit for that, and Mauler Fiends can sometimes struggle because they can't go through walls. So it's like, they do that fine. Yeah, but they're fairly mid. Yeah. Other than that,
I got pods up, so we don't have to ramble anymore if you don't need to.
Well, I love that for me.
Sweet. Let's swap over to pods then. Cool. So this is the Tactical Agility Team Championship, which is a 5-person team event held in Auckland by Tactical Chili. Our great forefathers at this time.
Yeah.
And yeah, as I said, they're using pods, and these are the pods. You can see them on screen now. So we got Team 1, which is Chili Cow Cartel, Captain Corich and the Miring Morons, Roosters, and then Team Anti. So, and how this will work is Team 1 plays Team 4, and then Team 1 will play Team 3, and then Team 1 will play Team 2. And then the others kind of work out the opposite way, right? Or whatever Team 1 isn't playing is what the other teams are playing. And then so Team 2, we got my team, Odyssey 40k, so big reps for that. Being a Seed 1 team was pretty cool. I think it was all because of the mustache. In the captain's chat, they were saying that I was getting points because of the mustache. So
yeah, you guys couldn't have got there with merit, so that must have been that.
Yeah. And then we got 311 and the real MVPs. Morris Carey Society, and Crag Ragtags. Crack Ragtags.
Correct, tags.
So yeah, so that'll be a pretty cool one. We'll kind of go into my parents probably a little bit more, and then we got Team 3, which is Benchwarming is Heresy, Big Rooster Energy, Maru's Misfits, and Happy to Be Included as pod number 4. Yeah, I think it's
Nice.
pretty cool. Like, yeah, we can kind of go through it now, and we can flick back to this whenever because I just got the JPEG saved here, so that'd be cool. Valkyrie
Yeah,
is saying most handsome teams receive 1A. It's like, hell yeah, that's how we were supposed to vote on it. That's the way.
Look, I did the seeding for the technical chili team, and all I can say is that neither of you guys will seed 1 for me.
Breaks my
Yeah,
heart.
no, sorry, to me.
You're
Yeah,
just a
no, but
bullet.
I know. My tiredness is. I'm not. I'm trying to channel sassy Charlie, but it's not coming out. It's just me.
It's just sass.
It's just sass, no Charlie. But I think the cool thing about like those, I feel like there is not really a super clear best team. Whereas in a lot of these New Zealand events we've had previously, there's like one team that is sort of like, yeah, that's who's gonna win it. You know,
or maybe
this,
2. Like there's like, oh, this is the one team that could push. Like
yeah, yeah. Yeah, whereas I think here the field is a bit more open. Like it's probably going to be one of the seed ones, as it should.
But I do feel like quite a few of the seed 2s are very close. Like
yes, yeah,
very cool.
Even there's some like random even some of the seed 3 and 4s are like could hit up.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. I think the issue is like most teams were seeded like 1, 2, or 3. There was like basically nothing that was seeded T4. So like it had to like something had to be dropped down. So which is a really good place to be where like everyone's thinking, oh, these are actually quite strong. Like these are all good teams. So it's just like quite a cool place to be. So I think it came down to quite a few like tie breaks and stuff for where people got placed, like how many votes for each seed you got.
Whereas I did the opposite. Pardo sent through his thing and he's all busy or whatever, and he's like, "Can you do this?" And I was on like 2 hours sleep, and I was like, "Yup," and I did it. And I didn't do any seed ones. So he's like, "You didn't do any seed ones." I was like, "Oh, whoops."
That's quality. That's the opposite issue. You just think everyone's trash in New Zealand. Now that you moved to Australia, like you guys are all peasants now.
Yeah. New Zealand players, yuck.
Yeah. Oh, funny. Well, shall we go into some of the team comps? I don't think we can maybe pick lists out if we think there's interesting lists or if people shout it out. But I think we just kind of go through the team comps. Otherwise, we'll be here all evening.
Yeah, for sure. We can pull out like I'm immediately seeing Cam Wilkinson, and I think his list is quite interesting. So we could pull out some.
Oh, I definitely think we do pull some lists out. Yeah. So we got 3-1-1s in the real MVPs. Which is captained by Michael Taylor himself, the man, the myth, the legend, the wheeler.
Yeah. The wheeler.
And yeah, we have Cam Wilkinson on Tau Empire. We have Fishy on Tyranids, Michael on Leagues of Votan, Mike Fenner on World Eaters, and Raymond on Necrons.
Yeah.
From first class, what do you think of the composition of teams? Of the team?
Well, I'm in a group chat with this team, so I know that a lot of it's sort of people just playing what they want to play, but I think it still sort of works quite nicely. Like you've got your sort of Tyranids, Necrons can both sort of quite happily defend and blunt. And then you've got World Eaters and Cam's list with the big plane can, if they get into a favorable matchup, can push it quite hard. And then I think Michael is a bit of sort of a flex, like on the Votan. Like it can still sort of put up a score into a lot of things. And I'm not super familiar with New Votan, but I imagine there are some, with like the skew profiles of the land forts and stuff and the big Hearthguard unit, there are some things that you can probably push there.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's one of those lists that like it can go really, it just goes into most things and will bring back good points. And I think Votan is one of the armies that has a bunch of, if something goes your way or like your opponent makes a little micro mistake, you can punish it quite heavily just because of the raw output you have. Which I think is quite nice. We also have Ollie in the chat who went, I think it was 5-0 at an event and came second with Votan last weekend. A boy, yeah.
I thought he said they were shit. He's just trying to hype himself up. He's like, no, this army's trash.
Yeah. He was telling me before every round he went into, like he won round 1, and he came in and he's like, yeah, this is where I'm going to topple Chris, like this is where I'm going to fall over, and then he would win round 2. He's like, okay, like last round of the day, I'm going to get toppled over, this is where I fall down, and then he won that, and then he stood that literally every round he was saying that like how he was going to lose, and then ended up coming second. Like an absolute big dog.
I bet you if he had not done that, he wouldn't have gone 5-0.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like it's all about.
Some people need that self-doubt.
Yeah. Congrats, Ollie. We'll have to interview you. We'll make him our first guest.
Yeah, that'll be hot. So we got we'll look at Cam's listing since.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I think it'll be a cool one. It's a towel list, so I'll go through it. There's a YouTube link, but I don't have that set up because you need to have like everything connected, so we can't.
I am gonna open that on another screen. I'm curious.
Yeah, you can sort that out. I'll go through the list. So it's an experimental prototype Cadra. Tau Empire list. So this is the plus 6-inch range on everything, and then you have some pretty good strats support and good stuff for like loan up crisis teams and like healing crisis and battle suits and all that kind of good stuff. So you got an ethereal, and then we've got a unit of 2 broadsides with high yield missile pods, 2 ghost kills, a carnivore squad, 30 pathfinders, 3 ion riptides, 2 stealth teams, and then the big boy, the tiger shark,
Big Bertha,
old Big Bertha, and then a unit of Vesper Stingwings. So the whole kind of stick of this is the tiger shark itself gets access to 2 very good strats for it, kind of 3. It gets access to either +1 strength, +1 AP, which is fairly good, but the really good one is sustained in lethals and hazardous on all your guns, which just makes it rip. And then the other one that's really good for it is you can reroll all like number of shot dice. When you have 2 ion cannons on this bad boy, it makes it pretty consistent. Like, you roll that 1, sweet, you get, you reroll it into a 5, and you're happy, right? Like,
I have played a game versus Cam on this where he spent that strat and rerolled min shots into min shots. It was fucking glorious. Oh baby.
Yeah. But yeah, the Tiger Shark is definitely, if you've never played around one, they can take over a game pretty quickly. Their output is pretty absurd, and especially in this detachment as well, they become, like, even the cyclics become better because they're 24-inch range. So like at Overwatch, you're overwatching with every gun, which is really nice. So it's like actually like surprising how all the little parts like add up.
Does he have the flamer suits as well, or has he dropped those?
No flamers in this one, I don't think. I think he just went to 30 pathfinders instead. Yeah,
I think that's cool. Like, that's a good shout.
The 30 pathfinders with the sustained lethal strat is also gnarly because they're already going to be overcharging, and then you just get like just more output out of those, so that you're hitting on 4s with sustained and lethal on 9 shots, so you get like 2 auto wounds, you get an additional hit. So it's that unit just ends up killing like 5 to 6 Marines very consistently, which is pretty terrifying for 90 points.
Yeah. The other thing that this detachment has going that's kind of cool or kind of cute is like the healing and the neg 1 to wound on ghost kills can just be like extra frustrating. Or even on Riptides, now that I suppose it doesn't, now that you're seeing Triptide in every list, like neg 1 to wound just makes them even more obnoxious.
Very much so. And the fact that it works in melee as well, because like Tau's biggest weakness is they just have like in none of the detachments, there's actually nothing to debuff like damage or anything in melee, which is like this actually gives you something to mitigate damage even in those pressure matchups as well. And you already have all the tools. Like you have the 2 ghost kills, which are fine. Like you don't care getting tagged because this list just falls back and does everything it wants to. But like you just got to survive that hit, which sometimes you just don't.
Yeah. I won't divulge all the secrets on being tagged, but yeah.
We got a couple of comments here. We got Dylan. Oh, we got Valkyrie first. Fishy not even listed himself as benchwarmers. Biggest traitor since tape, to be honest.
Well, I'm out here in Australia repping benchwarmers. I'm at I didn't even at my team event. I put benchwarmers as my team.
Oh,
We're ranked in Australia. We're shit, but we're ranked.
dream, dream. And then we got Dylan. I once did 27 mortal wounds to a plane with 4 scourges. That sounds about right for Dylan. That's just his dice.
Yeah, all dice, no skill.
Yeah.
Classic.
Yeah. And then we got Isaac T. Hey Chris, did you get a better pairings than triple redemptors this round? I was like, yes, I did. And this time I won't need to scam my opponent to get points. So, um, I got into triple Accursed Cultist Renegade Raiders, which I think is going to be pretty good for me. I just don't think they can hurt me, but that should be a fun run. That's for the ANZ teams tournament.
All right. I love how I'm on your team for that, and I was like, "What are you talking about?"
Yeah, yeah.
Do they have the Jimmy Sorcerer
I
in the list?
no, so it's Renegade Raiders. So like, it's not Chaos Cults.
Yeah, but if you just stand up
Right,
for
so you get
points,
the extra AP. To be fair, I'm not sure. I
yeah,
still have AOC. Like, I just won't put anything important on objectives and then just kill them. Like, I have the lion. What are they going to do? They have 2
yeah,
predators and everything else is melee. So it's like, good.
sick.
Yeah, I'm playing my Dark Angel's Wrath of the Rock list for that. So it's not
Yeah.
the orcs, which is definitely a bit better here. And then we got Bartosz. Is that the huge flyer, Forgewood flyer? Yeah, yeah, it's the big old boy. Not the manta, not the like wingspan that's bigger than your future, but
The
just
2000 point mentor. Yeah.
yeah. But it is the big one. Cool. So yes, that's I think it's a yeah. I like the team comp. It does a bit of everything. It's definitely just designed to be quite flat. It's not trying to like skew in any one direction, but it's just good players playing good factions and what they want to play, and that's usually a recipe for like a decent placing.
Did you hear that, Fishy? You are a good player.
Damn, I should have said some good plays. I
Yeah.
always miss my words. Now that I'm a huge content creator, gotta be more careful.
Yeah, yeah. It's so hard to bring you back down to earth these days, Chris. It's
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Next we have your team. Do you want to go through benchwarming as heresy?
Yeah. So this is I think I'm in group chats with like how many teams are there? Because I think I'm in like 4 of these. But anyhow, this is my huge flex. I'm now a professional coach. Benchwarming is heresy. We've got Chad on Sisters, which is Hallowed Martyrs, kind of typical good stuff that Chad's been playing and doing really well with. So this is sort of looking to blunt something, can be really good at blunting a lot of those melee pressure things that we're seeing quite a lot in the meta. So I think it's a really great pick, and Chad is sort of one of the best players on this at the moment. Got Ezra, who is a really good 4-up enjoyer, playing an army with lots of 4-ups. So that's going to be cool. There's also some kind of cool tech in this list again for sort of like the melee matchup. I think the team was expecting like a lot of world eaters, or which is a good shout, and that kind of thing. So they've teched a little bit for that. Kier on his Montcar Tower, which is another sort of really good. It's got a lot of pieces to play the game with, but also has, if it can go first, really strong alpha strike potential for like a lot of upside. The ability to just blow some things wide open. Logan on the accursed triple Gatling despoiler menace. So again, Logan's just known for playing lots of big stompy stuff and has just swapped over to the sort of slightly more meta night list. And then Ryan on a horrific Dark Angels Abomination, like he's just taken the Innes Wilson Stormlance list and made it worse. What can I say?
I did talk to him about this list. We actually had a phone call on Sunday before list up, being like, because he wanted to take
Yeah,
something. We were talking about Dark Angels, like we went through like a couple of different Stormlance lists, and then we kind of thought like actually the Storm Raven's probably actually a better shout. And there was a couple of people at Coventry on the weekend that were doing really well with the Dark Angels version. And I was like, because you get the lion, which does like I think in the melee
the
pressure
Lion
kind of
is a
environment,
really
I think is hot.
it's a good ad. It's a good ad. To be fair, I don't actually know if the one I saw is what he submitted. So I will open this, and
Should we have a look through his list then?
I might be ragging on him for no reason.
We got Ride Fast, Die Never. It's all right as a team name, as a list name. It's not too bad.
I kind of liked it. Like,
Yeah, it's funny.
it's
It
another one
hits.
of those ones. It's so shit that it made me laugh. Like, yeah, I think this is roughly like I still tend to think that the stuff you get from Ultramarines is slightly better, but I do really like taking the Lion here.
Mm.
Um,
So we'll quickly go through the
yeah.
list for our audio viewers. It's Azrael, Combi Lieutenant, Lionel Johnson, Samuel, and this is in a Stormlance task force, by the way. We've got 6 Inner Circle companions. We've got Invader, ATV, two Landspeeder Vengeances, which I also think are really, really good and just at the moment. They're just pretty XD efficient. You've got 1 Outrider squad to go with Sammy, 2 Redemptors, a Stormspeeder Thunderstrike, so you still get the +1 to wound on your Oath target when you need it against vehicles, and then the Storm Raven gunship. Ryan is probably one of the headliners with the Storm Raven in this edition. Him and Michael Stewart, I think, were the 2 kind of like players that were really playing them.
I think Ryan did it first, but for longer, but Michael more recently. Because I think Ryan was playing the Stormraven Iron Storm build when that was kind of like the OG when the Marine Codex came out, start of the edition. I know that we played quite a few times on that and some early events, and then I think Michael was playing more the sort of Ultra Stormlance build when that became a bit more of a thing. Yeah, no, I think this is good. Like to be clear, I'm just ragging on Ryan. I think like it also has that really sort of unknown advantage. Like not a lot of people will have like the Tiger Shark. Not a lot of people will have played versus the Stormraven recently. And the Stormraven it's not quite as damaging as the Tiger Shark, but it is a lot tougher in Stormlance with that big 1 hit and wound. And then you combo that with all the other -1 damage pieces in that list, and it is a defensive profile skew that can be really hard to deal with for some things.
And being able to give it -1 to hit, -1 to wound is just really obnoxious.
Is with -1 damage, and then you can, if you activate again into it, you can whack an AOC or like she's tough.
Yeah, no, exactly. And I really like instead of the Calgar like unit, you have Azrael and Inner Circle companions, which like into the melee stuff I think is actually better because one you still get the extra.
It's more damaging.
It's more damaging, and it's like I think it's more durable. Like -1 to hit is pretty much equal to -1 to wound, and you have a 4-up invul instead of just having 3-up saves. So like
it's true.
I think it's marginally the same, and it also hits harder. Like you actually have more damage in the unit because you have 4 attacks, strength 6, AP 2 damage, lethal sustained. Like that slaps.
It does in fact slap. That is a word for it. I think the big draw to playing Ultra is just the I think Gilliman adds more utility, and you have more utility with that list. And the thing that I do like is I think you're already committing to the skew. Would just go through Redemptors, like it just locks it in. But other than that,
I think it was the toss up is like getting the second Vengeance instead of Redemptor and like small trash piece. It's like the Vengeances are like your turn 1 action things because they move 14 inches, so they just get onto a point, and then from that point they are just threatening the entire board. And with D6 +1 blast, strength 9, AP 3 damage, 3 shots with twin linked, they actually just like pack a good punch. And you can often set them up so like if they're shooting 1, the other one gets to shoot back as well because that's like their rule.
That is
like, and they hurt. It's like So I'm looking forward to how to hearing Ryan be able to pull that off in games where it's like, okay, we're gonna line up to shoot this one, sweet. The other one kills the other unit that was gonna shoot this one, and just get those kind of efficiencies. Because like Marines are really good when they're like 2-for-1ing you. If they can constantly 2-for-1 you, it's basically an unwinnable game. So if he can set it up, it's really good.
Yeah.
But overall team comp, I think it's solid. Definitely leaning away from the melee pressure, which is really interesting, but trying to tech really heavily for the melee pressure. So you got like Chaos Knights, which is inherently really good into the aggressive melee armies and aggressive armies in general. The Dark Angels is very much the same. The Tower is kind of like, I guess, the shooting skew. And then you got Death Guard and Sisters, which are both often quite good into the kind of melee pressure, especially if the Death Guard is tech level 4 melee as well.
Yeah, I probably shouldn't have divulged that, but I didn't say what it was. So
Yeah, but you're not explaining why it is. So that's it.
Yeah,
But yeah, next we
I
got
could have figured that out on my own.
yeah,
Who
yeah,
knows?
exactly. You can still read a list, right? Big Rooster Energy, and we've got Cameron Pipes on Adeptus Sororitas, James Waddle himself on Eldari, Jess
Waddle.
Ronaldson on Drukari, John Andres on World Eaters, and Ronan Peruman on Chaos Knights.
Um, yeah, I'm just trying to gather my thoughts because I don't know what each of these detachments is. Waddle has been doing, he did pretty well. Also, I found the link for Cam's list was just the Top Gun Danger Zone song.
Okay.
Um, that's what it was. So Waddle's been doing real good on. I think he was. I'll be interested to see if he's still playing the 20 Dragons. Oh no, he's Aspect Host now,
Oh, so he has
but he
changed.
only playing 10 Dragons. Okay, because I think the 20 Dragons is actually better in teams, right?
Yeah.
Especially if it's New Zealand, you're expecting lots of knights, like
Oh,
20 Dragons, 20s knights.
just
Um,
instantly. Yeah, that's just such a rough time.
Yeah, but it looks like he's playing more of the sort of wide, well not wide, but stable
Yeah.
Eldar list, which can still push some things, particularly high toughness skew.
Yep. Definitely,
Um,
and the
and
elite infantry lists, right? Like it just loves it going into those.
yeah, and then they also have Reaper's Wager Eldar, which is the list name is Skill Issue, and then a what I assume is a 40k lore word. Um, um, Yeah, what is I think this is cool though. You've got your Eldar can sort of again flex, like it can put
Mm-hmm.
up big scores or it can just generate points. Drukari can probably do that as well. You've got Sisters to Blunt. I assume this is Hallowed Martyrs. It is, yeah. And then you've got World Eaters and Chaos Knights. I'll look at yeah, Berserker Warband. It is the 50 Berserker list. Yeah, so that's looking to get paired into some favorable matchups and just blow them out. And then you've got Ronin on Infernal Lance, which is he hasn't quite managed to purchase as the despoiler, but it is double despoiler. Um, so yeah, it's just Chaos Knight good stuff, Infernal Lance. So yeah, I like the comp overall.
I
Drukari's a bit of an iffy one to see where it falls, but yeah.
I think this comp completely lacks direction. Now this has been me being pretty harsh, but like I look at this and I feel like everyone knows that World Eaters are good, so they're bringing answers for World Eaters, but then you have no other melee pressure, so like you can pin that really easily. And
Yeah,
same
that's a
with
good one.
Chaos Knights. Everyone knows that New Zealanders love like knights, and they have one knights. So like your two kind of, and they're also the two big scorers in this. Like same with the Eldari, and Eldari are still good. Like I like Eldari here, but having those two and then not having any other either big things or good shooting lane stuff or melee pressure stuff, it means in pairings this could be pulled apart a little bit.
It's fair. I think I imagine it is a little bit of people are playing what they want a
Hmm,
little bit. Like
100%.
Ronan normally plays Chaos Knights, right?
Yeah.
Um Waddle's been playing a lot of Eldari. I don't know any of the other people, but I wonder if that is a little bit of what is going on.
100%. I'm not trying to say that you shouldn't play what you want to play, but I look at that and I'm
Uh,
like, I see holes.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Like I agree with you without like a lot of these rarely skewed things with nothing to pin with in
Mm,
fives. Yeah. But at the same time, like I think what I kind of like about this, like with Waddle going back to the 10 Fire Dragons, and then you have the very stable Drakari list, you have this stable Sisters list, just the good stuff Knights list. Like they are sort of yes, there's nothing to pin with, but they're all kind of like goodish singles armies, and then you have your really skewed world leaders. So
yeah,
it is a bit more just trying to play the five singles games and then just send world leaders into something late
yeah,
in
yeah. Just
pairings.
kind of hopefully they fall out into something decent, kind of thing.
Yeah,
Yeah, I definitely can see it, and there's definitely ways you can pair it, but like, yeah, I just see that and I'm like, I can see like It obviously depends on your opponent's team comps as well. Like if you don't have 2 answers for World Eaters, you're in like a very bad position now.
You are away. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is true.
Yeah. Ah, cool. Shall we go on to Captain Courage and the Miring Morons?
Big dog Korach Scarabacult, Henning Scarabacult Korach himself. Oh, on Eldari, he's returned.
Yeah.
What are we looking at here? Chaos Knights. So we've got Chaos Knights, Eldari, Imperial Knights, Admech, and Necrons.
Fairly
Which
decent
is
spread. I do like the Chaos Knights and Imperial Knights in the same comp because again, if like they can be now used as a pin instead of the other way around. Like so, like you can't put anything that defends down if it can't play into both of those matchups.
yeah, but IK sucks.
I think IK is actually completely fine. Like I think IK is just a run of the mill, just fine army. It's not the most oppressive thing in the world, but it's also not bad. Like they have decent rules, like Questoris champions or whatever the detachment's called. Just plays good 40k. You get good buffs. You get more buffs throughout the game. It's kind of like a weird coterie.
Yeah, shit coterie. Nah, like which is definitely where you'd want them to be, right? Like I'd much rather it be that than just like stupid high skew and you can't, they're all moving 24 and being sort of super uninteractive with towering.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know if the night pin is going to be as oppressive as it was, especially like it's now in a place where I think a couple of sort of team tournaments here ago, it was people were a bit less clued up that that was where the meta was and that double knights was quite strong. Whereas now, not only is IK weaker, but Eldar is everywhere. People are much better prepared for the high toughness skews.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's still good in fives where you can just get slapped with the pin and GG.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if it's as strong as we have seen it.
Yeah. I think one of the big issues is if you do have the Chaos Knights with double or triple get to spoilers, you want that to try and go into World Eaters, but then you can't pin with the other Imperial Knights because the other Imperial Knights just kind of like they're not necessarily horrible, but they're not great into World Eaters. So it's like so you can't pin it because then they just take IK and then just try and go for a slightly bigger win.
It's not the knight component of that makes the matchup good. It is the Gatling. Yeah. And it looks like I've just opened this Knights list. It looks like a lot of them are just double Gatling to spoil it anyhow, which is like reasonable that people don't just own 3 of these everywhere. But Admech is cool to see though.
Should we have a look at the Admech list? Or Justin's list?
Yeah. There is a lot of Admech at the Risky Rollers Open. I think it is the most played faction, which is crazy for Admech.
Yeah.
So this is this is Halo's Creed Battleclade. We've got Belisarius Call, who is just awesome for the kind of damage and utility that he brings to the army now. I've got Manipulus, which is the lethal hits guys, and Sanctified Ordnance is, I believe, the plus 6-inch range and reroll hazardous tests enhancement. Techno-Archaeologist brings the 12-inch pushback aura. Got Rangers, and Vanguard. So one of the minus OC bombs and one of the two of the sticky units. Dune Rider, which is transport. 2 of the Chicken Walker las cannon units, which are just crazy anti-tank output now. So they're twin-linked sustained hits las cannons with Oath from Call, and then you can give them crit 5s in Halo's Creed. Breaches, which is another just really sort of big damage unit. This is probably going to go with the Manipulus and get the lethal hits, and then it will also either crit and fish with rerolls, or it will just fish. Skystalkers, which is a little fire and fade, shoot and scoot, move block, flip a point unit. Double infiltrators, which with the taser goats have sustained 2, and you can now fish with Call. Again, I'm saying a lot of fish with Call, but that is part of what has put the army where it is now. They've also had profile buff in terms of their melee weapon. So these can be really good they can just run in and just obliterate early game trade pieces. And then a unit of 5 Rust Stalkers, which is kind of just doing the same thing, but a slightly different damage profile.
Yeah, damage 2 instead of damage 1, so which is nice.
Yeah, these are all able to advance and charge in Halo's Creed, which is super cool. And then 1 big Rust Stalker unit, which is possibly getting advance and charge, jumping out of the transport, and then it gets +1 to charge, +1 to advance, and another +1 of its near battle line. So huge threat range on this unit, can do much more reliable damage now. And then double Taser Lance Dragoon unit is interesting. This is kind of just like a bunch of wounds that can run around and be annoying. And then Disintegrator, which is another anti-tank thing. I like this list. I think it's like like the teensiest bit models I have. Like,
Yep.
have access to anything, I'd probably play a few more Skystalkers, maybe at least 1 more unit. Like, they're not as good outside of Skatari Hunter cohort, but they're still good here. But overall, I think it's a pretty good list. Yeah,
I like it. It kind of goes like, it has good firing, so you have to respect the shooting, but then it also just like slaps you immediately surprisingly hard as well, which is really nice. It kind of gives both angles really well.
It's like that dynamic that we've been talking about in a few previous podcasts of AdMech for the longest time was just like the trash scoring army, and they kept buffing it by giving it more trash scoring, and then all of a sudden they've just been like, all your trash does damage and not taken away any of the like the volume of just things you have.
Yeah.
So it's now wide and high damage, which is just very good.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think it's a cool comp. Be interested to see how they do. Hopefully Hayden can do better than he did at the Lakes.
Well, he's back on the patented Hayden Courage Eldari, so he's sure to dominate.
Yeah, no, I reckon he'll do a bit better. It'll be good. Now it'll be cool to see how that team goes. Shout out to Jed. He watches a bunch of our stuff. I saw him at Lakes. I got to meet the guy. He's a Northern guy as well. So and he was really really cool to meet and a pleasure to be around. So shout out to Jed. Be good to see you this weekend as well.
Thanks, Jed. First fan. Hell yeah.
An actual fan. It was cool. It was just nice. He went out to dinner with us on the Saturday night. It was cool. Now we have the absolute scrub team. We have
the worst.
Yeah.
Oh my god. These guys are trash.
We have Team Chili Cow Cartel. This is obviously our team, not the team that I'm playing this weekend, but this is the team that we both play on. So, and it's team captained by Charlie. Charlie's tournament, and we have Ashley on World Eaters, Charlie on Astra Militarum Bridgehead. We have Jacob on Starshatter Necrons, Kieran on Aspect Host, Aldari, and Patricio, I don't even know, but I'm assuming it's Maximum, Thunderwolf Cav, and Stormlance. If it's anything else, I'll be disappointed.
Whatever it is, it's got 4 up in lots. I promise you that. It is Aspect Host.
It is Aspect Host, yeah.
Nice. Yeah, so this team comp is real good, but the players are all arse, so they'll probably... this is a reasonably good, like, I think this is, despite it being chilly, is still like a little bit of we're playing what we want to play, right? Like, I know Charlie rolled a dice to determine what list he was playing, and that's how he ended up with Bridgehead. And then Jacob just plays a lot of Necrons, and Kieran has been busting out heaps of reps on his Eldari. So that's kind of how they arrived at this. Ash, likewise, like Ash's list is probably fairly optimized. I haven't looked at it. But Ash is a great list name. Ash has just been slamming out reps with the World Eaters, trying to, because he's been kind of historically a blunter, trying to practice that sort of sword play style. So this is all just people sort of playing what they have been playing, other than Charlie with Bridgehead.
Charlie does do well with like guard in general, but especially positional based shooting, he does really well with. And it is what it is.
But positional based shooting did not serve him well last event, okay?
Yeah, but it's because he had reps. We realized, we were talking about it at the event, Charlie with reps is actually a bad thing. He needs to just have no practice, and then he's
makes him weaker.
Yeah.
Yeah. and to be fair, like Bridgehead is something he's done well in the past, although it was a lot better then.
It was better then.
What is his?
Yeah. I think as long as he doesn't go into like World Eaters, because I think World Eaters just rush him down a bit too quickly, and like the 6-inch drop isn't very good when you get surged into, and it's a lot of like multiple activations to kill things. Like,
Not particularly. Yeah, I think this is interesting because his previous Bridgehead list, I remember, was like quite unique in that he had a lot of starting on the board sort of screening and mission play pieces, which you weren't so much seeing at the time. But he seems to have dropped a lot of those. I was going to say that wouldn't have served him too bad in the World Eaters game if you're able to sort of scout up and create the space that they can't sort of get those big pylons into your damage pieces. But he doesn't seem to have any of those. So I think you're right, and he will just get rolled by World Eaters.
yeah, the two Dawns, because he has a Dawn Commander and a Baby Dawn as well. Those two will put in a lot of work in that matchup though, because they will just lift stuff. But the issue is, yeah, like you're gonna have to set it up that you drop down your Scions, you shoot with them, and then they have to Blood Surge into your Dawn, so then the Dawn can still shoot. So like it's just you can still get there, but it's really difficult to actually pull it off.
I also love how you just called the non-Dawn Tank Commander Baby Dawn. Is that a reference to my charity game with Baby Dawn?
The Baby Dawn.
Yeah, I think these guys, jokes aside, these guys are probably fairly expected to do well. Like got some pretty strong players on there. And some of these lists are like, I think possibly, I don't know what Charlie's list is like in terms of putting up a score or blunting. Like, I think there's perhaps outside of Necrons not too many, like, a lot of these looks like they might have kind of traffic lighting matrices. Like there'll be quite a few bad matchups for a few of these. Necrons aside.
I think that's actually interesting though. When you have like, usually by traffic light you mean you have more greens and reds. You don't really have any yellows.
Yeah, it's not a flat matrix. Yeah.
Yeah, which that can actually, as long as you pair well, and you've kind of got a little beat on, and like you're hoping your matrix is more accurate. Like when your matrix is a bit more flat, you can be a little looser on your matrix. But if you're going for hard greens, hard reds, you need to know that those are hard greens because you'll be pairing some hard reds. But you can actually work through that, and it can be a very powerful thing. That's literally how Team France won WTC. Is they're like, nah, we're going to have things that are horrible into some things, but they're going to be absolutely killer into others, and we're just going to pair super aggressively and kind of out pair our opponents.
I think that is a really good strategy, but I think it's a bit stronger in 8s. It's harder to do in 5s. Like Charlie is good at pairing, and I read him to do it. It's just trickier in 5s. So yeah,
I would agree with that as well.
Yeah. So take a look at Happy to Be Included.
Yes.
Which is Andrew Bartosz on Dark Angels, Dan Hayden on Eldari, Jamie Waite on World Eaters, JR on Tyranids, and Faniel on Drukhari.
Nice. Is Bartosz on the Stormlance? We were talking about that at Lakes, that he was going to do Stormlance. He is on Stormlance Dark Angels. Nice. Cool.
World Eaters should be renamed Crayon Eaters. Couldn't agree more.
That's a strong name.
Yeah. You got Azrael, Stormlance, as we said, Azrael and the Lion, so just the epic heroes, cool. 10 Intercessors, which I assume is going with Azrael for the sustained hits and Oath synergy.
Interesting.
It is interesting. I'm not gonna give it more than that. You got 15 Deathwing Knights. Cool. So that I think this is interesting. If he's also playing the bird, he is not, but he is playing the Redemptors. So it is still something of that -1 damage skew. It's 15 Deathwing Knights, 2 Redemptors. So heap of -1 damage.
It doesn't have, like, if you thought my Wrath of the Rock list was lean.
Correct, yeah. I really would not have gone with the 10 Intercessors here in favor of like more stuff. Like it doesn't even have scouts.
Yeah.
That's not to rag on your list. Like this is not a personal attack. It's just I would have definitely put some more scoring pieces in here. It definitely does the -1 damage skew
Yeah.
well,
It's
but
definitely
you
designed to
have
be
one.
paired into things that it can just run at and just kind of win games that way. I think is kind of the
Yeah,
whole methodology here. Is like pair me into something that's max is all 2 damage and AP 1 or 2, and I will just roll through it. Is kind of I think the idea here.
true. Yeah, like if your Deathwing Knights are completely invulnerable, I suppose they don't really care about standing on an objective and cleansing.
Yeah. And everything being able to advance and charge just makes it actually quite fast. Having one unit of Deathwing Knights being able to move 11 inches in charge is like quite strong. Like,
Yeah, for sure. Um, Other than that, I think this is they don't like you say. I don't really think they well, like you mentioned with some of the earlier comps, they don't really have anything to pair that with in terms of skew though. Like you
mm.
probably can just avoid that if you really
You
want
could
to.
probably do Dark Angel's World Eaters in like a kind of weird, like melee pressure skew, but they do play quite
Yeah.
differently.
Yeah. What is the World Eaters? The World Eaters is 50. Damn. New Zealand has clocked onto 50 berserks big
Mm.
time. Yeah, it's the 50 Zerkers list. Yeah, I guess like it is sort of tough. Well, it's not really. It's not really because it's like the World Eaters is fast, hordy infantry skew. Like it is too many marine body skew, whereas the Dark Angels is -1 damage skew. Like it's not really a pin.
Yeah.
Uh,
I guess like if you can't deal with melee pressure though, like it is still something you can do. Like there's still like pieces there
yeah,
that are fine. But yeah, it's not. I think it's just designed as like these are probably what the people were wanting to play, so they're playing it.
for sure. Yeah, and I want to look at Faniel's list.
Yeah, Barter said
Cause
we all gas and no breaks, boys. I was like, yeah, we can
yeah,
tell.
yeah, yeah. You got Faniel on your team, so um, Hellions. Yeah, typical Reaper's wager. Good list.
Yeah,
Yeah. No, this is a team though where like because were they seed 3 or 4? Like I think this is one of the teams that like maybe could hit up a bit. Like you got Dan. Dan is a good player, good at pairings.
this is
And
happy to be.
all the other players. Yeah,
Let's see
all the other
four.
players. They seed 4.
Yeah,
Yeah, crazy.
I think it's like I just don't think there really is tier fours. Like I think like it's like there was too many like twos and threes that things just got pushed down.
Yeah, New Zealand players just too good.
Hmm? It just means how
Makes-
even the playing field is, which is like super exciting. Like makes it way more fun.
Yeah, yeah. I just want to see if JR is playing triple Norn, and then we can move on. Hold on, because I think he's played triple Norn to like the last couple of. What the fuck? I don't see a single Norn. One Norn. Weak.
Zero Norn.
Weak.
Disappointing.
Right.
Next
Got
we
one.
have the crack rag tags. This will be my team's round 1 on Saturday. So we got Charles on Lion Custodes. We got Jack on Gladius Black Templars. John on Banishes Grey Knights. Liam on I think it's Virulent Death Guard, and then Marcel on I think it's Aspect Host Eldari.
Yeah, I think all the Eldaria aspect host. Yeah,
Mm.
yeah, it is. Um,
This is a pretty interesting team comp, in my opinion. It's a lot of like marine body adjacent, and then Eldari.
yeah, I'm looking at the banishes list. Is it just like the fucking? Yeah, it is the. Oh no, it's not the heaps of paladins one, but it
It's got a
is.
unit of paladins, and then the Crowbrick as well, and then just
Yeah, it's got the 10 interceptors, which is also interesting in banishes. I think with the
mm,
advance and charge output transport, like that unit is pretty fast.
yes.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
Um, yeah, it's cool. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong one. Yeah, you're right. It is sort of like tough-ish or marine. It is a lot of the same defensive profile, actually.
Yeah, it's lots of like
Like,
T4 to 6 range and kind of just a lot of that. Like with the Custodes. The Custodes is kind of interesting. It's only running 8 Wardens, just in lieu of just more stuff, which is kind of interesting. So it just goes a little wider. The Templars is pretty generic. It's got like double Repex, double Impulsor. I think is the kind of the interesting part there. It's like running 2 Impulsors.
why not? Why not the patented Tate Hobie triple Repex? Oh, baby.
Um, It's probably like a model availability thing for the third one.
That's reasonable. Yeah, to be fair, like double Repic is probably better. Yeah, I think these are all good. All
Yeah,
good. Again, like outside of the Grey Knights and the Custodes, these are also like three strong. Death Guard on the fall a little bit, but three reasonably good singles lists, and then you can Custodes is probably here to blunt something.
yeah,
And then the Grey Knights I think is more looking to sword into something.
probably, yeah.
Yeah. So it's kind of probably chuck down Custodes first, or maybe Death Guard, and then hold Grey Knights for an ideal matchup. The other things get what they get, sort of.
Yeah, I kind of agree as well. It's just yeah, it's probably it's a little pairing agnostic for a little part because it's like everything
Yeah,
is kind of just a bit more like I was just talking about the other one being very red and green light. This one's very just yellow,
super flat.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yellow mellow over
Um,
here.
yep. Is Liam Gibbs? I don't want to. Is he ACG? Is this an
I'm not
ACG?
sure. I recognize the name, but I can't place it.
Yeah, it would be cool. Get an
Hmm.
ACG team along.
Yeah,
Um,
be cool.
yeah. And then is that? Sorry, I have lost where I am.
It's Maru's Misfits is next.
Ah, yes. Where are we? Okay. So that is Sisters. This is the Games Lab team, I believe. But we have Sisters, World Eaters, Custodes, Necrons, and Vanilla Space Marines. What is it? Is Ultramarines Firestorm Assault Force. Fuck yeah. We
Hell
finally
yeah!
have some originality. Oh baby.
Let's
Blade Guard Ancient. We are off the beaten path.
yeah, let's go. Boys Trip Firestorm. Hell yeah! Let's have a look at this thing.
Yeah. Gravis Captain. Fortune in Battle is the flip to a
Yeah,
6,
I
I want to
believe so.
say. Combi Lieutenant, Calgar, Uriel Ventress. Oh, baby. Do we have deep striking aggressors? Tell me we have deep striking aggressors. Two 5-man intercessor units, 6 aggressors. With the Flamestorm, 5 JPI, 6 Blade Guard, Company Heroes, Repulsor, Scout Squad, Hammer Strike, 5 Vanguard Vets, 5 Vanguard Vets. I don't really know, again, not on a negative, I don't really know what this list is doing. Is it just we're deep striking aggressors?
I think this is
Like, is
like
that.
I don't want to play Gladius, so this is what he wants to do instead. Like, because if you import this list into Gladius, it is just a better list. That's the issue with like 80%
Yes.
of Marine lists. Is this better than Gladius? Probably not, but like it does something different. It does something interesting. So I think that's like
Yeah, because I do genuinely think, like, I think Salamander's Firestorm or Forge Fire, whatever the new Firestorm is,
mm,
genuinely has quite an interesting place in teams.
yep,
The Infernus Marine units and the Redeemers can do some pretty crazy stuff, as can like one Aggressor Brick with the Flamestorm gauntlets. And
yep,
then in that detachment, the Salamander's characters are actually quite interesting. But particularly with the Infernus Marine combo, like you can get a crazy amount of damage out of 10 Infernus Marines there. So I think it is interesting as a team's list. Yeah. Um, what else have we got? We got Custodes.
yeah.
I'm gonna
Necrons,
look at
lots of
this.
Necrons, and lots of World Eaters, and lots of Sisters at this event so far. Like quite a few of
Was
all.
it Sisters have been like really trending upward in the meta, both in terms of play rate and win rate.
Definitely.
Yeah, and I think there's also been like a little bit of with World Eaters being good. I think the assumption is that therefore Hallowed Martyr's good. But I think that really depends how many Berserkers the World Eater list has. There's like a kind of critical mass at which Hallowed Martyrs can no longer hack it.
Mm.
Um, but yeah. Um, yep, this is just Hallowed Martyr's kind of good stuff. Double Retributor unit after the buff. 20 sacks, not 30 sacks.
I
But
think
yeah,
26 is fine though. Like I actually think 26 and just more
oh yeah,
stuff
yeah,
is actually probably better.
for sure. Yeah, I think absolutely it still does the job that it wants to do in this composition. Um, Yeah, I don't hate this. Like, it's perhaps again a bit flat. Like, outside of the world eaters, I don't really know what's pushing here.
Hmm.
What is the Necrons? Um, Awakened Dynasty, so again, pretty flat. Silent King, Awakened Dynasty.
Yeah, it's pretty spicy.
Um, yeah, it is 12 wraiths though, so again, pretty defensive list. Um, yeah, I think it's going to be hard to pull out big wins with this
Mm.
team composition. But it is fairly stable, so maybe their game plan is we're just going to outplay.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah, exactly.
could be
Just
it.
pair well,
Yeah.
Yeah. Or just, wheel pair, both work.
Or just spin the wheel. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to spin the wheel, balanced stable list is the way to go.
Oh,
Um,
definitely. Yeah. Next
the
we have,
Morris carry.
Morris
Over.
Carey Society with the team captain Louis Thompson Gregg. We have Hugh Mercer Boomelberg. I actually don't know how to pronounce your last name, Hugh. So on the
I've always
weekend, let me know.
I've always added an R to it, which I now realize is not there. I thought it was Brummelberg, but there is no R.
Yeah. So
Uh,
on the weekend, you can let me know how you pronounce your last name. But yeah, we got Hugh on Triple Gat and Chaos Knights. We have Louis on Liberator, Full Gas, No Brakes, Blood Angels. We have Sam Smith on double Forge Fiend World Eaters, which is
oh baby.
interesting. And then we have Stephen Morris on Necrons. I'm actually not sure which Necrons that is. And then we have Sterling on Eldari.
Yeah. So this is I like Blood Angels World Eaters. That
Yep.
is
Yep.
good. Um, I actually quite like this comp overall. Like, I think you're right. Chaos Knights is like a little lonely without something else that's high toughness, but Triple Gat is actually sort of just like good in of its own right because of the offensive profiles on the Gats.
Mm.
Um, and then you have like your really aggressive melee pressure pin, you have your super stable Necrons, and then you have the Eldari and the Chaos Knights, which are both really good flex, can put up really good points, and can also just fuck some things. So I
Yep.
really like this five.
Yep. This is my round 2 for Saturday. So this will be interesting to see where this is why I kind of knew the lists a bit more intimately for the most part because I've looked through them at least a couple extra times.
You- You've been pondering this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The funny thing is the world eaters with double Forge Fiends, like you'd think, oh, Forge Fiends have lost favor. I was like, they're actually like, it's interesting because it adds that dynamic back of yes, they're expensive, and it's like it's you get rid of all the trash and you take 2 of them instead of like the second 20 man, but they do add a different dynamic to the game.
Mm. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Like playing World Eaters where you can just control shooting lanes
Hmm.
and playing World Eaters where you cannot control shooting lanes are two completely different propositions. Like, of course, you lose a lot of the pressure, which is I think what's making World Eaters good in teams at the moment. He still has 30s. Is that 30? Yeah, 30 Zerks. Like there's still a good amount of stuff in here. Like I actually quite like this list.
It's like it's. I'm not gonna say it's caused problems, but it definitely made us have to think a little bit for like
Yeah,
pairing stuff,
yeah.
which is like
Problems for your team? Surely
never,
not.
never. We don't have a single problem in our team comp. All we have is solutions, but it was one that it took us a little longer to get to our solution for.
All we have is solutions.
But yeah, nah,
Yeah,
I agree with you though. It's a good team comp. It's got a bit of everything that you want. It's got the stability. It's got the aggressive pins. It's got the flex Eldari. Like it kind of has what you'd want in a team comp, which is just nice. Like nothing wrong with it.
yeah, yeah. I think this might be my favorite team comp so far.
Oh, just
Other
you wait.
than
You're gonna hate ours. So
yeah, other than the sheer aura of Cam's list, which
mm,
is really just boosting 311 and the real MVPs.
yeah.
Um, but yeah, Odyssey 40k,
Oh.
another trash tier team. Um, it's, we go. Oh, can we look at Dylan's list?
Yeah, sure.
I
Yeah,
gotta look at
let's go through the list first, and then we can look at Dylan's list.
Yeah, you got Chris Hamilton of the Hamilton Immortals with Imperial Knights, which is because we chatted about this a little bit, is Questoris Lance, yeah?
Yep.
Yeah, and then we've got the Chris Jr. with the Orcs,
Yep.
which is the Warlord big 20-man boar unit. And then
Yep.
how many flash kits did you end up on?
Just one
Because I do
10
really,
man. Yeah. 3 units of
that's just
breakers
not
and one
bad.
10 man. It was more an accessibility thing than anything else. But I'm actually quite happy where my list is sitting at the end. But yeah.
Yeah. The other interesting thing I've seen in Warhorde turning up on a few lists is like the double commando unit, which I don't know if is like optimal or not, but I think it is interesting
It's
that they can
interesting being able
split.
to have one 10-man, but still have the 2 5 trading pieces. Because like sometimes you need to keep the 10-man just in case you win the roll off to go first, so you can block out the entire middle. Like if I go up against Cam, right, and I need to keep the commandos as one 10-man because if I get first drop, I'm like, no thank you to Pathfinders, right? I need to be able to do that. Same with Kia's list, right?
Yeah,
I just need to have that option. Whereas like a 5-man doesn't block enough for them not to do that thing.
for sure. Yeah. Fuck Pathfinders. Um, and then we've got Dylan, who is on his weird witch cult Drukari, which has some like cool tech with it can charge you in your turn, so it can like tag other melee units,
Or shooting units, all sorts of fun
or
things,
shooting
yeah.
units. Yeah, there's heaps of weird, wonky, or even you could use it like you could charge something you know is not going to kill you and then fall back onto a point for movement.
Yeah. Or like,
Or
yeah,
like
yeah. Sorry, you go.
witches. I don't know if they can fall back and charge with a pain token. They definitely advance and charge. They might be able to fall back and charge with a pain token. So charge something, pain token, fall back, charge something else. Like you can probably get a lot of distance. So there's a lot of cool jank you can do with that list. I keep telling Dylan it's shit, but I don't actually have a clue. I'm just being confrontational.
Yeah. I think the most interesting thing that it does is it stops any big like Death Star unit from activating for a turn, which gives you time to deal with it. Because like you charge it,
Yeah,
saying like my 20 Orc Boys Gaz unit, I can't end an advance move within 9 inches of anything that I don't want, like any witch cult unit, because then it charges that one thing, and yes, I kill that one thing instantly, but I need to be killing like 5 things with that unit, not one. So it's like to get
yes.
my money back. So like it's becomes very interesting because like the Hellions will just rinse me. So I need to make sure I'm either killing the Hellions, which is easier said than done, or like connecting with 5 things so I'm still getting like my money back on the unit and causing that pressure. Whereas like, cool, 3 Reavers, there you go die. My friend's like, oh well, that sucks.
Ah, shit. Yeah. Yeah, and Dylan's very good at this kind of I mean, there's no other way to Dylan is good at playing things that suck. So
He's good at bullshittery, so
he is good at bullshittery. Yeah.
yeah.
And then you got Custodes. Jamie is pretty well practiced on like he's been playing a lot of this, right?
It's the Talons list that you kind of grown to love. It's got the Rhino in it, which I think is really cool.
Yeah, Rhino and Talons is cute. 15 Wardens, double Gladius, just the list. Yeah, a Wall of Thick Men. It's a good listening. Solid. And then you have the Megalisi himself,
the
built-in charge counter.
Yeah, the anti-everything list. To be fair, we actually went through our matrix the other night, and like for at least pods, his matrix is just like surprisingly good. And I'm not even saying this because it's Josh. Like we were just talking through it, and I was like, oh yeah, this is a pretty good like matchup. Like there's obviously some bad things, but it was just like just how his list has lined up to what's in the meta, like what the meta for the event specifically is actually just like pretty gas.
What can I say? The man's a genius.
He generally knows a thing or two about 40k.
No, one or two. Yeah, I like this list. Beast Slayer is like I don't think it's doing amazingly stats wise, but I think it does have a good rules package. And I do like the inclusion of double ballistas. I think that is good, and I also think the 9, like the MSU Thunder Cavalry, is a interesting place to be in, as is like the splitting the big Terminator brick into 2 5s. I don't know. Did you play or did you at least talk to Josh about how he's playing this at Lakes? Is he attaching Logan to one of the 5s, or is it just a solo 5?
I think it's dependent. I think it is just dependent on what's happening. But I think for the most part he did have him attached, but I think it's just like he just makes the call on game by game basis. It's not like an always one way or the other, I don't think.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Because I can definitely like if they need a bit more, because the damage is not fantastic without Arjak. So like Logan definitely pushes that damage a bit more, but he's such a good utility piece by himself.
Exactly.
So yeah.
So shall
But
we
no,
quickly go through Dilly's list then? Our boy Bean,
oh yeah, big bean.
the big Bean. So
The bean is not a
I'll let
bean.
you go through this since it's your boy.
Yeah, where are we? All right. Oh God, I forget he does this formatting. So he's got Lady Malice, which he is. What is this called? He is the Witch Cult one, the
Spectacle of
Spectacle of
Spite.
Spite
Yep.
is what that
You
is
gotta
called.
read the list name. Come on, like he put effort
Oh
into
yeah.
it.
Take away my goddamn grotesques and Court of the Archon in the same month they re-release Calgar and other power armored nonsense. Let me at least keep the data sheets. If you're not going to give me new sculpts GW, like how am I supposed to be your little pay piggy if you don't give me anything to buy? That's fair. It's a good name. It's a
Yeah,
good name.
strong list name. Yeah, I love the
Yeah,
paragraphs. The paragraphs are my favorite. I think.
the lack of grammar, the lack of punctuation also, like
Yeah,
not even a full stop in there. It's good.
it's true.
Um, yeah. Yeah. So he is Tukari, Spectacle of Spite. He has Lady Malice for Vect and Redeploy, which is really. Did he end up taking the double Mandrake? But regardless, it's good because you can string out the Mandrakes and pull them back. And then you have Vect is obviously very strong. Lilith, who is just good,
Just
still
Lilith.
blends
Yeah.
infantry. Yeah,
Yep.
just does crazy damage stuff. Succubus with I think Morgana's Curse is the damage enhancement. Like it's kind of reminiscent of the Ninth Ed Murder Succubus. Like you can sort of
Yep.
make one of them again in this detachment. So that's like a little melee, the mini Lilith unit that will be a melee missile. I don't know what Pharmacophex does. I think one of the enhancements in this detachment is a once per game fight first. So that
Mm.
may be it.
Yep.
10 Cabalite Warriors, which are probably just going to be sticky. Like, I think you need these to be in a raider in order to turn the sticky on. So I imagine 5 are standing on the home, and then 5 are splitting and jumping in a raider. I'm not sure. Doesn't actually look.
Yeah, and then
Does
I
he?
think the
No, he does.
witches also split and go into the raider as well. So I think Lilith and 5 witches, and then the 5 Cabalites start in the raider, and then the others start in the venoms.
Yeah. See, and he's only got 10 witches. So I guess, but Hellions a witch cult,
He's
eh?
got
So
2
you got a
units
lot
of
of
10
Hellions.
witches.
Oh, 2 units of 10. Okay, I'm blind. Good. And then he's got 5 mandrakes for infiltrate and uppy downy. He's got the triple heavy weapon scourge. Oh baby.
Yeah, 2 with Dark
Dark
Lancers, 1
Path,
with Haywire.
which I think is probably getting towards the correct call now that we're seeing less knights. Like you don't want to be in a place where you're maybe less so for teams, but I don't think this list is looking to play heavy vehicle skew anyhow, so it's probably not as relevant. Like having the dark lance just means like things like Tyranids or demons or whatever is a bit more open.
Yep.
Hellions will just really good damage output and benefit from a lot of the support in this detachment. Reavers are the little bike units that can now get access to auto advance 8 with a pain token, which just means that the move blocking, the early game threat range is really good here. Like they sort of fill up a little bit of that role of the beast pack, what the beast pack used to do. Like they're a little bit less of sort of a soft stat check, but in this detachment, I think they can also do a bit of damage. They do get a lot of the strat support, and that the threat range is very good. Chronos for pain token regen. I know me and Dylan have been chatting quite a lot about how good we think the Chronos is. Yeah, solid sort of just support unit. It's also a like 55 points for 7 wounds with a 5 up in bond and a 5 up on pain at T7
And
is
heals. Like,
and heals. Yeah, I only found that out like yesterday. I didn't even realize it healed. Yeah, it's just really solid for 55 points. Like that is less points than a Reductus Saboteur, and it's like 7 times as tough. Raider, just a good transport with like it's got quite a lot of utility. Like it can sticky, it can get witches out 6, I believe, which is really good when you combo it with the advance and charge, stuff like that. And then triple venom for I imagine a lot of these MSU like Malice is probably with 5 cabs, and then you got your 2 succubuses and Lilith are going to be jumping in and out of all these raiders. So that's one sort of character and 5 man in each. Sorry, jumping out of the venoms, 1 character and 5 man in each venom to be sort of not clown carrying, but getting vacuumed back up into the transport after they kill something is really good. Yeah.
Yeah. I like Vincent in the chat has said, "You don't give me anything to buy. First unit in the army list, Lady Malice." That's very, very
Yes.
true.
Yeah, that is fair.
That's pretty funny.
Although, to be fair, knowing Dylan, it is probably like an old metal model that he's
Oh,
using
100%.
as Lady Man.
100%.
So, yeah, I doubt he bought her. Yeah, and then we've got boosters,
Mm.
which is Dan Ashton on Imperial Knights. I would also like to just, for everyone that does not care in chat, I got a Facebook notification the other day. I don't know what it was from. It just said Daniel Ashton. Just popped up over my screen. It's just like Daniel Ashton. I have no
Nice.
idea what it was. It
Yeah.
wasn't a message. It was like yeah,
Yeah.
weird.
Interesting.
But you
Facebook
got
doing
Dan on
Facebook
Imperial
things.
Knights. Yeah. Um, Dan on Questoris Forge Pact. Is that the Admech one? That's the fucking Admech
Yeah.
one. What a guy. Fucking legend. Yeah. So Dan on Admech Knights. Luke on the trusty Astra Militarum. He's playing Combined Arms. Stephen Bedford on Tyranids. This is probably Vanguard Onslaught. It is Vanguard Onslaught. Taz on Necrons, and then Tim Ho on something, which is possibly Crypt. I'm going
I
to
think
guess
it's Crypt.
Crypt. It is Crypt. Yep. Yeah. Um, yeah, this is a bit more eclectic. Like it is kind of Luke and Stefan, I'm never sure which one it is, sorry. Are playing their sort of like comfort picks. Dan is playing his fun pick, and then Tim is playing what he has been practicing, and
Yeah.
then you have Necrons
Just
is
good
just
stability.
a solid,
Yeah.
yeah, just a good okay, this list name is solid. Extra hot, hold the flesh. It's like nice. It's good. He's got 20-man warrior brick in here,
Mm.
and then 12 wraiths. So it's just defendery Necrons. It's a bit more like slightly not in necessarily a negative way. It's a bit directionless in terms of the 5, but I think that is just because people are playing what they wanted to play.
Yep.
Um, which is perfectly reasonable. And then like Kroot, I think is very strong in teams. Necrons is a great blunter first defender, and then Stephen and Luke just do, like those are the armies that they're good on and they like playing. And then Dan is clearly here for a good time, not a long time.
I don't know,
Yeah.
like there's still stuff like it's just big things with like you got good gun platforms with a bunch of like OC flipping stuff, right? Like you can probably pull a bunch of draws with that kind of style list, but you're not trying to go for a big score ever.
For sure. Like it's not yeah, it's interesting. I think the big thing is just that the stratagem support of this detachment is just
Yeah, the two
so much
CP
worse.
Overwatch is just like it's two CP is never where you want to be with an Overwatch, even if it's on a really good gun. It's like
It is fairly mid. Yep.
mm,
And there's not a lot of damage here, is the other thing, which may be what he's going for. Like you say, if he's just flipping points and playing
yeah,
for like an 8, is probably not so much of an issue. Like you got your Lancer, your Paladin, and your Paladin, 2 Helverins, and then just like Skitari Horde. Which without the admech stratagem support and the doctriners, you might still get doctriners in this actually. They just don't do a lot of damage. They kind of need marshals as well to do damage and the transports. But yeah, like it's probably fine as a blunter.
yeah. Yeah, it's a bit eclectic, but I think it can do completely fine as a 5-pack. Like it doesn't necessarily have like a specific role for any one thing, but like you can also just pair it. Like you have the aggressive stuff, like you could probably
To
it's
be like
yeah
having 2 blunters and then 3 people playing what they're comfortable on is like perfectly valid in 5s. Like
yeah
it is genuinely a good strategy. Like
yep
I think it's worked out with this 5 because that's what they want to play, but that doesn't mean it can't succeed, I guess.
exactly yeah. No, I agree.
Yeah.
And then for the last team we have Team Anti, which has Andrew on Eldari, Connor on Genestealer Cult, Aaron on Sisters, Matthew on Orcs, and Tom on Dark Angels. interesting looking 5-pack here. You got a bit more of the lighter bodied kind of army here, whereas like before we had a couple that were very marine heavy. This one's very like T3, T4 heavy with like the Eldari,
This-
Slowcult, and Sisters, and even
the,
Orcs are
the
quite t-shirty.
Yeah, the GSC is Brute Surge, so I
Okay,
imagine it's got like a few more aberrants. It's more kind of akin to the Dark Angels in terms of
sure.
what has he got? 3 aberrants. I'm sure there are 15 yes, there are. Yeah, but I guess you're right. There's a lot of this is just like the list. Yeah, there's a lot of low toughness stuff in there as well. Yeah, it is fairly fragile, isn't it? Like Dark Angels and Brute Surge can kind of pin something.
Yep, for sure.
Um, But yeah, and Brute Surge always has just like fucking huge scam potential if you're good with your consolidates and shit.
Yeah, the skill level of Brood Surge can be really really crazy.
Yeah,
Like if you all you need to see is like make your opponent needs to make like one little positioning mistake, and you're like, cool, I now swing into all of this, and you cannot shoot a single thing. Neat, goodbye.
yeah. The 28-inch away tag is real.
Yeah, so funny.
Yeah, and then we've got our first war host, um,
Yes.
which is cool. I assume this 20 dragons. It is not. Why is no one playing 20 dragons? You're all cowards. Um, why is this war host? Does he have Morgan Ra? Not thingy. Yes, he does. He is Morgan Ra. Yeah, so it's just the 2 fire and fade packages is why it's war host.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is cool, I guess. Like you've got your I actually think this is reasonably fine.
Yeah.
Um your orcs is probably sorting. The rest of it is like you can get Eldari or Genestealer Cult, maybe DA for a big win, but they're all fairly stable. And then you're just trying to push orcs into something favorable. Um yeah.
Yeah, it's the double battle wagon orcs, which is
I see.
it's not bad. It's a very different direction. I almost went single battle wagon myself just because yes, you can't put the 20 boys and gas in it, but it keeps everything else safe, and because it's so long, you can kind of do weird things like your unit is faster than it seems because it can get out like on either 9 inches
the
of the battle wagon, which is
For
quite
sure.
nice.
Sure, Schrodinger's charge, like it's on both sides of it at the same time, kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah,
I do think Double Battle Wagon does suffer quite a bit from WTC terrain, though. Like,
yeah,
it is not a bad list. I just wouldn't play it to this terrain format.
yeah,
It's probably something you see on like UKTC, maybe.
yeah, definitely. And that's the issue. That's kind of what I came down to. Is I actually just went onto TTS and spawned in like 5 battle wagons just to see where I could place them, and I was like, I don't like where any of these are. I was like, this is bad.
Yeah,
So I was like,
not a good place to arrive after practicing deploying your army. I hate everything.
yeah, literally. I was like, I don't like it when it's here. I don't like it when it's here. I was like, oh, this one place is good. It's like, but if they have any anti-tank, it's not a good position. Yeah, I'll just go trucks, which I can just ram under the small ruins and I'll be fine. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that said, like if that is their one thing that's getting princessed and that is
yeah,
Orcs is their guy, it's probably a bit better. So
definitely.
it's likely getting a board pick, but yeah.
So
Yeah,
I won't say what team I think is going to win because obviously I would say my own team. But what do you think is going to podium? And I can do podium. So what's your first? And we can't pick the same thing. So what is your first thing to podium? Doesn't have to be what
okay.
position, but where do you think?
I'm locking in benchwarming as heresy. I know this is just like cop out as fuck, but like
Basic.
this team's got the source. I also think that this is the I think this is the most stable seed 1 team. Like I think the player skill here is the most flat, you know, like I think a lot of the other seed 1 teams have some very good players, but also some players that are less experienced than the players here. I think this is a very good sort of like stable team. And then I also think that I've been part of the discussions for like team comp for this team, and they've been putting a lot of effort in behind the scenes. So yeah, I'd expect to see them hit podium probably.
Yep. But they do have Kieran. He was the chosen one, but then he lost to Jonty. So Like
I
you
mean,
surely drop down a point or two because of that.
every team does have its weak link, you know. Like everyone has someone that's there just for vibes, just for a laugh,
Yeah,
vibes coach, and that is just care.
the fishy roll, as you would.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so if that's your first podium, what am I gonna go for then? I will go for. I'll go 3-1-1 in the real MVPs. I feel like the fishy team, like I think they actually have a good team comp. Like I generally think that team comp is just good. So
Yes, I
yeah,
agree. I also think all the players on, as much as I want to rag Fishy, like he's been doing fairly
yeah,
well recently, playing a lot on the Tyranids. That this is a really solid team. And like I want the plane to succeed as well.
mm,
Like I want the plane to put up the big points, go 5-0, the dream.
yeah, no, exactly.
Yeah.
And it's a fun team to play against, and we're playing against them, so like I'm looking forward to that. Oh, also Raymond's list name is 8008135.
I had to ask him what it was, and it took me too long to figure out. I was like, oh.
For those that don't realize, that's boobies on a calculator.
Yeah.
So I appreciated that. I saw that and I was like, my man, that's clever. Like I like it. So, yes, that'll be my first pick. What are you going for next?
And this is where it gets trickier, I think. Is it? Oh, I think it is probably Odyssey 40K.
Oh, I guess it
um,
means I can't pick them. So I gotta.
we get you in there somehow. I
Yeah.
mean, despite this team's 0% win rate Orcs player,
Mm.
um, I think you guys have got some good players. Like I also think it's like particularly in fives and particularly in NZ, like faction expertism does count for a fair amount.
Hmm.
And I think you guys sort of have that going for you. I think it's between you guys and Chile, sort of for the third spot in the podium.
Yeah. Just so you don't
Yeah.
take all the seed one teams, I'll take Chili Cow as my second pick. Because if you just pick the three tier one teams, it's probably
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'll take Chile. Like they've got a strong team. Like they've got a great coaching side there, and all the players have been playing a lot, and really trying to grow. So it's gonna be really awesome to see them try and like put that training to use for their newer players. And then you still got the Kang, you got Ashley, and you got the kind of, I would say anchor, but it's like an anchor that's not tied on very well, of Patricio.
Yeah.
um,
Yeah.
yeah, but nah,
But
that's a good team. Like,
when he's back on his wolves, he's less of an anchor. He's more just like a lot of drag on the ship.
yeah,
He's
yeah,
slowing it down, but he's not stopping it.
yeah. It's the one. It's the one.
Yeah, all right. Am I picking a third one or have I already picked
No,
three? I'm
you
picking
got a third. Yeah, you can pick a third.
all right. I am gonna go with what is this team called? Where are they? The Morris Carry Club or whatever that was.
Yeah,
The
your
Louis team.
favorite team comp,
Yeah. Yeah, where are they? I
Morris
lost them.
Carey Society.
Morris Carry Society. Yeah. I think um I really like the composition here.
Hmm.
And I also yeah, there's some solid players. Yeah, so I would expect this team to do fairly well. Yeah.
And for me, I'm going to do um yeah, I think it's going to be old Captain Courage and the Miring Morons. Like, I feel like I just have belief in the night pin. It's just going to catch people out. And then Hayden's just going to do Eldari things. He's got pent up anger from going like, what, one win, one draw, three losses at Lakes. And he's got that anger. So he has to prove himself again. So he's going to do well.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember after ANZTC, he said he was never going to play Eldari again. And everyone was like, you'll be back. And we've come full circle.
Yeah.
It is the redemption arc.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, I think with
yeah.
the Knights, the AdMech there as well, and Halo Squared, people just haven't played against Halo Squared enough, so I think it's gonna, like, people aren't just it's got that kind of Brewers kind of thing still going in New Zealand where people haven't played it enough, so they don't have the understanding. It's not like I'm not trying to say it's a gotcha thing, but it's just you just don't understand the tempo that they play at, so it's just going to result in higher scores, which is really good.
Yep.
And
I
then,
also think people. Oh, sorry, you go.
I was just saying, and then Necrons is just like a good like blanket at the end. It's just like a nice cap
Just
at the end.
you just can't go wrong. The Josh Robert machine,
It's true.
it just puts up them tens. Yeah, but I think AdMech people in New Zealand are perhaps not like in the sort of more mid to bottom teams are not quite aware of just how good AdMech is. I think they understand that it got buffed, but perhaps not that it is like arguably the best army in the game. Like, yeah.
It's gonna be a really cool one. Yeah, we've already been going for an hour and a half. Jeez, okay, these breakdowns take ages to do. I hope everyone's been having a good time. We've got Jonty in the chat. Guys, if you aren't running Desolation Marines, you will get 0.20 each game. That's coming specifically from Jonty. I think Desolation Marines are fine, but they're only fine. So take them if you want to. But
if you how I thought Jonty was an ally to the hate on Chris cause.
I think he is trying to joke about it, but I just flipped it around because it looks like he's actually trying to say that they're good.
Jonty loves Deso Marines confirmed.
Yeah, that is his new passion. He loves indirect.
Yeah, I heard his child is going to be called Desolation Larson.
Oh God!
I heard he's already got the sign off from the missus. That's what I heard.
Oh, Deso.
Yeah, oh, Deso.
Lord. Well, do you want to go over your event at all? Before we close off for today.
We could do quickly. I don't really because we don't have round one pairings out. There are a few I'm also not like super, like I know the big names in Melbourne. I don't know like the kind of the close to the top people or the really good players that are not playing ANZTC or that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So it's hard to point out so much who I'm worried about. There's like 3 or 4 names there that I'm kind of actively thinking about their lists and that kind of thing. And also my BCP is fucked off and stopped letting me open lists. So that's a thing.
Good.
I guess we could talk about the field as a whole. There's a lot of AdMech Halo's Creed, which I think people have clearly clocked on to the fact that that's going to be really good. And then there's a lot of Guard, which is really interesting. Those are, I think, tied for the 2 most played factions. There's a really good local player who won a GT a couple of weeks ago. Maybe he podiumed a GT a couple of weeks ago with Mech Assault, who I was yarning to him about that. It's kind of slightly Gaylord-esque, like Mech Assault with Dawn.
Yep.
Yeah, that was on GW terrain, I think, though. But I notice he is still running the Dawn here. There's just the one Dawn. So yeah, and then other than that, there is a good amount of Eldari, good amount of Demons, couple of triple gat. Oh, sorry, only 1 triple gat Chaos Knights, which is thank the Lord. I'm just hoping I don't hit that on Purge the Foe, which is run that there's just a few things. Purge the Foe is just like, I think with EC you should be good for Purge the Foe, but there's just like a few things that I'm like, if I hit this round 1, I'm just fucked. Like,
right, yeah.
Caliban Summoners with 3 Guos and Morty on Purge the Foe is not what I want to be seeing. Yeah. So overall, like I think feeling like I've been pretty happy with where my list is at and the kind of results I've been getting. So I think it is just turn up on the day and play, I guess.
Do the Oliver Johnson, just neg yourself into thinking you're going to lose every game and then win every game.
Well, I know the source now is to message Chris that I'm about to... is to just send you a message before round 1. Chris, I think I'm washed. I'm going to lose.
Yeah.
And then, be like round 1. It was a fluke. I fluked the good matchup. Round 2, I'm definitely fucked. Yeah. Maybe I'll message Ollie things. That could be funny.
Yeah, you should definitely. That was my thought this weekend. I would just message Ollie being like, I think I'm cooked. I think I fucked pairings, guys.
That is funny. Yeah. Or maybe the tactic is to just aura farm people that I have a podcast. Just slap down some like skill issue objective markers or something.
We should actually look at getting some skill issue objective markers. It'd be sick. It'd be pretty
That would
fun.
be cool, actually. Yeah.
I need to get some more Odyssey ones made as well, so we could do like some joint ones. It'd be cool. It'd be fun.
Yeah, that would be cool.
And it is the most fun thing just to be able to throw down like your YouTube channel or like your podcasts. Like, oh, what's that? It's like, oh, it's my thing. It's quite cool.
Yeah, that's my full-time job, 40K coaching.
Yeah, I'm just do 40K content and live under a bridge. That is my life.
Yeah, yeah, that informs or gives you an idea as to how well that pays the bills.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
We do this for the love, not for the money. It's for sure.
Yeah, yeah. Well, we don't get any love either, so
That's true. Hey, we've had like a consistent like 13 viewers all streams, so we have more love than
maybe
usual. It's been good.
yeah. I think it's love for the event, not for us. But
Shut up, shut up. Like, we take the clout that we can.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, but I think other than that, oh, that's hilarious. I'm not gonna. I'll tell you that after stream. That's funny. But yeah, I think this event there's like it's just figuring out a game plan. Maybe I need to go through deploy my army on all the boards because I know what they are. It's probably for me just figuring out a game plan into some of the lists of the really good players and also into like I think EC can play the field reasonably well other than the really high toughness stuff. So it's figuring out a game plan for the triple despoiler, for demonic incursion, for that kind of thing, because I think those are the things that I might struggle with a bit more.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Other than that, feeling good. I guess my big sad moment is I heard that there's a stream for Chile teams, and if it was not on the same weekend, I would have been keen as to tune into the stream. So that's a big sad. But yeah,
it's good. Is there your event will be streamed as well, right?
my event will be streamed. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's also a top cut as well, which is very hype.
Oh yeah. Oh, fingers crossed that you can not shit the bed and get into that.
I mean, that's a big pipe dream. I'm gonna have to send Ollie a lot of messages about how much I suck at that. But yeah. Yeah, that would be lovely if I could do it. But yes.
Awesome. Well, yeah. Well, we have a couple of cool weeks coming up here as well. So we'll have a couple of guests on over the next couple of weeks, which will be pretty fun. Some pretty cool stuff happening. We won't say exactly what until everything is 100% confirmed. But yeah, look, it's looking like
because we did fuck up scheduling.
Yeah, because potentially things might change a little bit. But no, I think for the most part it's locked in. That we'll have some guests, so we'll have some pretty cool stuff. But like keep on the 40K New Zealand Facebook page. We'll post everything there. What's coming up, and also I think we're looking at starting a Facebook channel for skill issue as well, so we can post everything there and then share them. So if you want to keep up to date with everything and then also talk there, we can you guys can chat there as well. So that we'll be planning to do that. It's a slow process, guys. We'll get there. We'll get there.
Yeah. Could also shout out I learned today that there is an Odyssey 40K Discord, which Chris kindly invited me to.
Yeah.
So you could probably shout that out or something. Come join the Odyssey 40K. Tell us how much you hated this episode.
Yeah, at some point I will link that somewhere, so maybe in the description of this video or something. And yeah, if you want to go on to that, that's just good place to go and join. I've had it for a while and I just haven't been promoting it at all, so it's just random people often go into it. Then I realized I should probably actually start promoting this a little more, so I just invited a bunch of my friends. But yeah, definitely if you're interested talking about 40K. Oh, another thing we should probably talk about is there is the New Zealand WTC community Discord that that David Gaylard, who's the captain for Team New Zealand this coming year, he set that up. It's still being set up, but you can go and join it now, which is really cool. So it's going to be a place to talk everything competitive 40K and WTC. So really kind of interesting, really cool way of getting the competitive side of the community together in one place. So definitely go and look that up as well, because it's a really cool resource for finding games, talking about your factions, learning more about the competitive side of it. And also, like, event stuff will be posted there, so it's a good way of keeping track of when events are coming and all that kind of jazz as well. It's going to be really cool.
Yeah, I think it's a Great place to get those, because one of the big things I really enjoyed about the WTC Discord last year was the quality of games you could get, the quality
Mm,
of reps. So I think that's an awesome benefit to that if everyone wants to jump in that.
definitely.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, definitely go and look those up. Otherwise, we've probably been going for a little bit overtime today. This is our first time we've kind of gone over our normal hour and a half.
Look at us.
Look at us
We're
go,
prolific.
just gassing
Yeah.
tonight, absolutely
Hey,
gassing.
so much
Um,
content.
just so much, too much content. It's
So much free content. Oh,
yeah,
baby.
exactly. You guys are just spoiled. The things we do for you. But yeah,
Yeah.
besides that, we'll see you guys next week. It'll be Wednesday next week, so back to our normal scheduled time, 8 p.m. on Wednesdays. Apologies for the last couple of weeks. It's just schedules be what schedules be. But yeah, back to Wednesdays next week, and we'll try and stick there as well as we can. But again, we'll notify you if anything changes. Otherwise, I'm Chris.
Ah, fuck, I hate this. I'm Tate.
And catch you guys next time.
Easy.